Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Vivi here, and this one is for all those fresh out of high school, just graduated, 18-year-old or older people out there. This video is about stress and how it comes up when you're just starting college. And it's also about tips and tricks to not do what I did when I started college, which was fairly recently, so I'm still a noob. Uh, first handy dandy tip. Always pay attention to the handouts that your teachers give you, and even if they don't give you handouts, pay attention to the things that they tell you to look at on the websites that have your homework on them, because I didn't do that. I got overwhelmed. I got, uh, no, not overwhelmed, not yet. First, I didn't look at the things that they told me to look at, and then I forgot about those things, uh, and then I overestimated my abilities, and then I actually looked at the assignments I had to do, and then I got overwhelmed, and then I got very stressed, and that is the topic of this video: how to deal with stress. So there we go. Um, So there are two types of stress: acute and chronic. Acute stress is things that are happening in the moment, like you have a test due, and you are in the classroom, you have your pencil on the paper, and you don't know what to do because you didn't study. You are stressed. You are panicking. You are rethinking what you could have done to avoid this situation. Uh, One thing you can do is take a nice deep breath and uh, stop thinking about what you could have done, because that's gone now. You can't do anything more than what you're doing right now. And so, when you're in this situation, all you gotta do is take a deep breath and clear your mind. That's all you really can do to get rid of your stress in the moment like that. Now, in a homework situation, you have, let's say you have like 4 assignments, each have a bunch of questions, and they're all due tomorrow. You start stressing and worrying and thinking about what you could have done, and your heart rate increases and your breathing quickens, and all you gotta do, again, take a deep breath, clear your mind, take a moment to reflect, uh, and get down to business. That's all you can do in college. Marco, I'm trying to film. Anyway, here's what to do with chronic stress. Chronic stress is stress that comes up multiple times in your life. Like, you're always stressed about a certain class that you have. You're always stressed when you see a certain family member. Things like that. So, chronic stress is a bit more intensive than acute stress. So, what you do take deep breaths. You got to calm your mind. But here's where it differs. Sometimes it's too much and you just have to get away. So you find a quiet spot. You close your eyes and visualize a place that you really want to be. Not like a super fun place, just a really quiet and calm and relaxing place. And you you immerse yourself in the moment, and you don't think about things for a minute. Just be in the moment and reflect. Just relax. And it'll it doesn't get it doesn't stop the stress, it just makes it easier to deal with. Now, here's another option. If you are an animal lover like myself, have a pet. Take your pet, have a nice play. Pet them if you need to. Uh, Take care of them if it relaxes you. Uh, just just have fun with your pet, and maybe that'll help you forget about all the things that you're worrying about. All right, thank you, Marco. Thank you for being my little lab rat. So anyway, uh, those are some things to do when you're stressed. Now, here's some things to do for starting college. First of all, stop procrastinating. I procrastinated, and I didn't get all the information that I was supposed to get. So I didn't know when I was supposed to turn certain things in. I didn't know about certain deadlines that just showed up, and then I got stressed. Uh, and so I really relied on my family to help me through that. But not everyone has my situation, and so you're some people have to deal with things on their own. And so all you gotta do is de-stress, relax, and keep calm. And I'm very repetitive this video. Uh, so um, here's another tip. Uh, take advice from friends that have been through uh, college. Take advice from family members that have been through college. You may not think that your dad has very relevant experiences to your college experience because it was so long ago and stuff, but it's surprisingly a helpful tool to have your parents tell you what they did for to get into college. And so ask your parents, ask your sister, your brother, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your uh, your friends who have been to college. Uh, just ask people what they did, and they'll give you actually good resources. Like, I didn't know this before because I took a whole year off of any kind of schooling because I was stressed and worried about the future. And I still am, but I've learned ways to cope with that. And so, uh, my friends, when they got started with college, they learned about these resources that I didn't know about. Like, there's a website called Rate My Professor. You can find ratings of colleges and professors if you type in a certain professor's name or a college's name, and I'll leave a link in the description below. But that was a really helpful tool that I didn't know about on my first day. And so I was kind of shooting in the dark for that first orientation where we chose our classes. And so, as well, on that note, orientation, sometimes in an orientation, they'll kind of just throw things at you, and you'll be expected to either take note or remember, and just kind of go with the flow of it. And your girl didn't. Your girl didn't remember. Uh, so it's important to keep your cool in that kind of situation where you're just kind of asked to go with the flow, and you are just know that you know what's best for you, and even if you don't understand it at the time, like the certain phrases and descriptions used for certain classes when you're choosing your classes, like uh, certain certain classes don't line up with whatever their acronym for their shorthand is, or you don't understand what the numbers next to the classes are, like MTH 101. That's Math 101. That's just a basic math class. I um I didn't really understand a lot of what was going on, so I expected my mom and my advisors to understand for me. That was a mistake. I have to understand what is going on, and you do too. I'm guessing if you're watching this. So this is all a bit of jumbled information. I'm not good at concisely pointing out things, but I'm I think I might be good at no, I'm not even good at explaining things. So take uh take all this with a grain of salt because I'm still a newbie at this, just like you. And I'm still learning at this, just like you. All you 18-year-old high school graduates. So yeah. I think I've gotten all that I wanted to say out in this video. Haven't I, Marco? Have I gotten all that I wanted to say out? Yeah, he's giving me these little curious head turns because he's a little puppy. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna leave that video here. If you like, please leave a like, and if you really like, you can subscribe. That would be very helpful. I'm very lonely. So anyway, stay safe, remain unincarcerated, and do good work out there, guys. And stay in school.